I'm Jacob from the Sustainably Yours Homestead, and today we're getting ready for some brand new little baby chickens. Being new to the concept of homesteading, we kind of made the intentional decision to tiptoe our way into things and kind of learn as we go. So last year when we got our first chickens, we started out small. I think we started off with maybe 12, and we lost 3 or 4 of them fairly early on before we kind of got our footing and figured out what we were doing a little bit. So that left us with 8, and we tried raising those just completely free range. Let them come and go as they please, shut them up in the coop at night, and there toward the end, kind of just let them come and go as they please and left the coop open. And it worked out really well for a while, and then the chicken hawks arrived, and they sort of kind of picked them all off. So we're down to 0 chickens, but we learned a lot of lessons. So I think we're ready to try again and maybe even bump things up a little bit and get a few more chickens this time around. However, I don't think we're going to be able to let them just completely free range the way... these gnats. However, I don't think we're going to be able to let them just completely free range the way we had hoped. I got my eye. We're thinking of getting maybe 20 to 30 laying hens this time around. And even with just the 8 birds that we had before, they were tearing up the garden. They were eating all of the house plants, the potted plants that my wife had around for decoration. They completely devoured the hosta lilies. So this time around, we're going to have to build them a nice big run outside of their coop. I want to make sure that they have plenty of space available. We're probably going to have to put a top over it too to protect them all from the gnats. Not the gnats. We're probably going to have to put a top over it too to protect them from the chicken hawks. I think that's probably what got most of them, most of the original birds. So what we're probably going to do is connect some fencing to our coop here on this edge. It's going to come out. We'll give them some space in the front of the coop. We're going to come out hopefully 30 or 40 feet this direction. We'll go back this way. There's the coop for reference. We'll come back here. And then we'll enclose our compost. And I'm thinking that should give them plenty of room to peck around. They'll have plenty of sun if they want it, and plenty of shade if they need it. They should be some pretty happy birds. And I do still hope to be able to let them out of the run during the day when we're here and can be outside to watch out for them. But the setup we had last time, just the complete free range, it just wasn't working out. There were, I guess, too many predators out here. But before we can get out here, we're going to have to get some chicks and raise them to adulthood. So that's the project that I'm going to be working on today. And the way we're set up with electricity availability and all that, it looks like we're going to be using the same spot as our brooder room as before. Now right now, I've got this place full of, that's the hay that we made from the grass clippings, I guess last summer. It's still actually in pretty good shape. So I'm going to have to clear that out of there. We'll probably use that hay as the bedding for our baby chicks. And then we're going to build a brooder box because I'm not confident that this room is predator proof. So we're going to build a little brooder box in there to make sure we can keep our little baby chickens safe. This is going to be the room. I'm going to kind of clean this out a little more, do some sweeping and some cleaning up. And then we'll build our little brooder box. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. And we'll set it up and make sure our lights are working, our heating lamps and all that. And then maybe today or tomorrow we will run and find us some little baby chickens. Now that this is looking a little better, let's go build our brooder box. This is going to be a really simple project. I got the plans for this brooder box from a video by Lumnah Acres. I'm not going to go through step by step how to build the thing. If you would like to see that, you can head on over to his channel. I'll leave a link to the video and I believe he has a blog site where he puts the plans out, tells you what materials you need, what cuts to make, and all that stuff. So I'll put that down in the video description. I'm just going to go ahead and make all my cuts, and then I'll show you how this thing snaps together. It's a really genius design. I really like it. It's very cheap. It's an easy way to contain chicks if you're looking for a good, easy, and inexpensive brooder box. We've got it all assembled in here. Well, it's hard to get in there, or it's hard to get it on video. It's really simple. I'll show you what we've got here. It's basically just 4 walls. Each wall has a little slit cut in it on 2 sides. And then you have 2 pieces where the slits face upward. That's right here. And then the piece that rests in there, those slits face downward. And they just kind of interconnect together. You do that in all 4 corners. Simple little brooder box. And for right now, I have some cardboard down in the bottom. We're going to put some hay in on top of that. And this evening I'm going to hook up the heating lamp, and we'll come out and check on it tonight when it cools down a little bit, make sure we're holding temperature, and if so, we'll be ready to get some chickens. But I think that's going to do it for this video. Tonight I'll keep a check on the temperature in that brooder box and make sure it's going to work, and if so, we'll hopefully within the next couple of days or so have some new baby chickens to show you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If so, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and if you would like to follow along as we try and turn our home into a homestead, then be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when to be back for more daily sustainable living.